Last game for the night, last game for the tournament. It's amazing adventure. As mentioned, we have Lukas versus Matt. They'll be starting in a few, so I don't know who is behind that name calling, but yeah. Quick overview again over the decks. We looked at them last time, but basically a lot of control. Ice, Sword, Harrenhal, and Giant Tron will help a lot in the Kingdom of Shadow matchups. Just because I assume that Lukas, to be able to control the board, he would like to always go first. And then, so just one of the things is Nighttime Marauders. You would like to marshal your stuff if given the chance. Again, we can see triggers, Nighttime Marauder triggers during one of the other phases, but nothing you can do there basically. But that's only on the trade route turns. And everything else, a single copy of Brandstark, Jason Malicer for control of shadows, Lashard Scouts, just a standard Gustav deck ward. With the unexpected Guile, we have 2 times Nightmares, 1 times Lay Siege, which could prove very big in the matchup just because there is an Iron Throne here, the only contested location. Matt opted to not run the... What's her face? One gold, 2 gold. Get to the moon. I mean, I hate so much that location that I'm not even making effort to remember the name. Sorry about that. Yeah, just waiting for the other player to join. In the meantime, someone dropped from the game. Disconnected, reconnected. I'll just put up the decks. Screen. I'll just drop a quick shout, or maybe if someone is not someone has posted, looks like no one has, so we see Dave joining. I'll jump to the stream channel in the Discord. So if someone wanna join me, so twitch.tv is on off. And we have a game. We have UK on the top, Germany on the bottom. Let's see how this will go. To prepare that. Let's go. Looks like a beast setup for our Tyrell player for UK and a terrible setup for Lukas. How come you cannot set up even a single card? All of these are 10 costs. Pretty sure. We see Fallen from Favor into at the gates. And we see immediately finding gates of the gods. That one location which is very important for the matchup, just because Paros is a thing and they're treating three of those things in the deck. Only two? Oh, brave. We see some interesting inclusions, like John is not something you openly see, Penny is not constantly present in the deck, Starfall Spice. But hey, I mean, every player has its own style and flavor. I would like to approach, and we see immediate Iron Throne. Marshal. And that's it. I think that the Iron Throne will be triggered constantly in the marshalling phase, and the foot starts with... That's a beast start, by the way. That's what you wanna see as a Knight of the Whole Hue player. 3 gold, play 6 gold of characters and draw 2 cards. Efficient. Efficient all around beast cards. The Bear Islands count to find another bear for half more months or another. Looks like another Bear Island scout. So obviously Lukas doesn't want to overextend here. And we have Harrenhal. Unfortunately he's second, so he doesn't get priority here. But yeah, we'll see how this will turn out and what's working in the shadows. I don't expect to see a challenge with the Loyalist. Actually, currently not enough gold for anything, to be honest. So I expect to see Matt with his challenges. Yep. And then a power challenge, a military and a dominus. Just poke. Yep. A little bit ahead. So what do you guys think? We saw the deck list earlier and before the stream. Which is the favorite side? We both know that both players are exceptional. At this stage we don't have, there are no players that didn't deserve to be here. Germany smashed its way all the way to the final. UK did a what we call a submarine move, like was first to and then comfortably cruising to the final as well. I wonder if next turn we'll see fortified. I think that Lukas could pretty easily flip fortified next turn to stop what's being set up and know the economy. Or just barring to buy himself one more round. No, there is no barring card. Wrong deck. Yeah, maybe barring to buy himself one more round now. And unfortunately, the style deck is not running a lot of locations, so the trade routes won't be that efficient as probably Matt would want to. And I do think that Lukas could actively avoid marshalling even locations, so just doesn't give that quite of edge in the matchup. So. Okay, so looks like he decided for a fortified and played pretty smartly into the first snow of winter, just because now the forced here won't be that impactful. won't take effect, to be more precise. First player, Matt decided to be first. Unfortunately, this is again a dead turn for him, I think. He'll be able to do a few challenges, but what he's looking for is the effect of his hard cards more than anything. Into the draw phase. Looks like we have a little bit of luck into the game. Perhaps I would have expected just to click through all the actions. Curious to see what Matt is worried here for, just so he could use the Iron Throne. What's our health? Yeah, makes sense for it. I mean, until the end of the game, I do expect to see Iron Throne naming Quasar Scout every turn until it gets hit by a siege, that is. See card going into shadow, and then another one, and another one. One more. With such important, such key cards like the Umber Royalist, and we see Arbut Marketplace for a strength manipulation, and Shipyard going back to hand. We may basically see in reserve is 6, so maybe we will see 1 or 2 big characters joining the board. That could put up a little bit of fight, but yeah, not a lot of high costers. And considering there is a Harrenhal, I'm pretty sure, so we see that's a questionable play. Leaving only him on the board. There is March. And although he is pretty strong, he'll probably be able to defend the military challenge from most of the decks, and there is only 1 gold left, so whatever comes out of Shadow will probably just get killed by the Harrenhal. Unfortunately, next turn I think Matt has to march Grey John definitely. Good old march. And looks like Matt decided not to do any challenges anymore, so again we'll see just a chump challenge. Probably military. Ooh, power. Okay, power makes sense. I mean, it doesn't matter what's the challenge. Omnipotent dominance. And now Grey John will be marched, I think. It makes sense. Just because this turn with so many cards in shadow should 100% be barring the gates. Although that stops your shenanigans, but I think you can afford to do that. Although 6 cards discard is pretty hefty price to pay. As someone would expect. I don't think we had the whole field streaming any of these decks or the players. I don't recall. It's really a breath of fresh air to see something new in the end. Although decks that are well established in the meta and we all know how strong they are. In like Tyrell Shadows is Kingdom of Shadows, is like the only Tyrell deck. Similar to like Wani Shadows is the only Wani deck. So Bear, Winter, Bear Island Scout, one Ward, one Ramsey, and other Winter is coming. I mean, Ramsey is more or less dead in the matchup unless some shenanigans, which this deck is running Ward and not. Oh, I completely missed that there is Forgotten Plants there. Okay, so maybe not. So that justifies not running the march. And we see that from this point onwards, as Lukas established a board, he would definitely wanna always go first. Just to stop triggers out of shadow, get priority with his Harrenhal. And now that Grey John will be able to do several challenges. Let's see. Interesting that he discarded a She-Bear. I would have assumed he would have liked to keep that just so he can bring the number one list with her. But maybe there is another one in the hand and that justifies it. Yeah, Ironton was naming again was, as mentioned earlier. It will be until the end of the day that was hard scout will be named. You see one of the scouts. Maybe she will find a She-Bear then. Another one hard scout. A bear one scout. There are a lot of scouts in this deck. And time for the She-Bear, yeah. And She-Bear will bring the interesting area and not the loyalist. Okay, now let's see what the other side of the field thinks about this. We see more cards in shadow. And we are into challenges. Quite a lot of gold and resources there for Matt. So curious to see in which favor the challenge phase will go to. So I think now Grey John will start going to town for the 2 challenges. I mean, basically he's pretty much safe unless nightmares. But I don't think, was there a nightmares in the Kingdom of Shadow decks? There is no nightmares, but there could be a phase decree played, so maybe that's also not a great idea. Interesting going for the power challenge. Unfortunately, the deck is lacking a lot of intrigue icons. And that's one of the reasons I find that Ramsey discard, although not useful, he has one of the icons that you really want in the deck. There are not much more native icons. What we see there, only 6 characters with intrigue icon, a single copy of Caitlyn, the 3 copies of Ramsey, and that's already 4. The only other one is Vaiwa. No, even, yeah, Vaiwa. Does that make it 6? Oh, there is one more. Sansa? Yeah. And a single copy of Sansa. And looks like that will be it. Lukas is slowly going up the power totals, but we'll see. I mean, usually the deck wants to attrition the opponent's board, but with everything going to shadows, not a lot of attritioning can be done there. Ooh, now that's an interesting choice there. If you want to snipe that one, I would say yes, just because she's so important and so strong. But then that leaves you board vulnerable to other shenanigans. I would definitely consider killing her. The other option is to ban her mid challenges and to leave her in the intrigue challenge if there is a matchmaking hand. Yeah, but at the same time, you don't want to just let it go on a post all the way. So did Lukas skip? Looks like he skipped the action window. Kill her, the reaction. But I would definitely try and kill that one. The economy is just too much, I think. Interesting. There are all kinds of price costs. Actually, everything up to 5. The most expensive character. So they will. This will probably, if Marauders come out, or this brings Marauders or something else. Now the question comes: why was this not done in the other way around? I mean, walk the turn, don't give him an option, and then you do your stuff. Yeah. Interesting to see that the mud looks like it doesn't value the Starhawk price that much. But at least now he'll be able to do his thing or whatever he wants to do. Now, if there is a unexpected guy in shadow, old Bilbon could control Harenko without a problem till the end of times. Him except I wonder why Matt decided to bring all the characters out and not just start popping with the different options that he has at his disposal. That 5 gold leaves a lot of room. Also, why not the intrigue challenge first? Is it too early to try and start defending? Okay, so looks like that Lukas is just deciding to go into the in case there is Robert Strong. He cannot always play around it, so just going right. Oh, it's obviously a trap. But then again, Lucas cannot afford to just stay there and fear. Also, probably Grey John is just a singleton. Oops, actually not. Then, okay. Find the gold, any card, and then kill him, maybe. It's good that Grey John survived, basically, just because they're. So at least this confirms that there is no intrigue with both. That's an interesting choice. So this leads me to believe that Matt is looking into that nightmares. Yeah, but why do you play the nightmares now? Is the question. Starfall Spy. Okay, I don't think you care what Starfall Spies bring out. You actually have to see where the unexpected guy will go. So now the old Bilbon will control the Harrenhal until the end of times. The Ember Wall is discarded, Insight, and Bilbon going back to Shadow. Yeah, and there is a Robert Strong. So he'll hit the Great John. Then why he decided not to just win the challenge, the power challenge? And now the unexpected guy will come back and bite him because Robert will be back in shadows. I mean, this is part of the game. Force your opponent to make mistakes. Nothing you can do about that. Yep. I do think that the nightmares should have waited up until the unexpected guy who showed up. Also, there is no point in opposing this challenge. Leave it unopposed, you get access to more power on the faction card. And win dominance, you do want to go faster versus the deck. That's also something I think is better in the long run. Every power counts versus the shadow decks. Unfortunately, now Matt will play trade routes. Let's see what options are there for Tark then. Return to the fields, maybe. Do carries, maybe. Not a great options left for him. Definitely not March. Although this is a card that you don't want to see on the opposing side, and then maybe the Ship Bear is not that important anymore. And for reserve, we see Arbor Marketplace, Arbor discarded. Curiously, I think there is merit to the march here. Remove this guy now that you wasted resources on him and basically achieved nothing, I think. Now you just need to march here, to remove her from the board. Else she is just knowing what's in shadows, too much of economy advantage. So I think here Lukas is forced into the march. And the question is if it will be a double march, so that will hurt a lot. A whole array of names. Looks like both teams, all of them are into the game and watching. Ooh, nice. Actually nice. Eight to eight. So Matt decided to go for it. He marched himself. That's an that's a ooh. But then he blocks the return to the field definitely. Uh, but looks like Lukas was prepared to lose two characters, regardless of the outcome. Well, I would say well played by Lukas, at least in the pot phase now. I think that the fact that he chose his pot so fast may have misled Matt. I mean, it doesn't matter, I would say. You're not killing Old Bill Bone with Harrenhal, although at this point I think you should. But yeah, permanently stops hit for quite some time. Another card in shadow. You see passing the black gate plate. So looks like Lukas doesn't care about the Haneko anymore, knowing that it will be controlled. So he'll just try to get on board now. I think there is one more nightmares in the deck, yeah, there is one more. But then I think it's too early to call the game out. We haven't seen anything that scary in Shadow. Just because I don't think Old Bill Bone doesn't have the power icon. Uh, Sir Robert Strong doesn't have a power icon, so they're just attrition tools, and the Stark deck is prepared to play the attrition game until the end. What you do care about are those power icons, and we still haven't seen any of those. We know there are Sparrows in the deck, but there are only two. One of those more impactful power icons is here, and the other one is the Septon, but looks like, I mean, at least last turn, Matt decided to use it just as a bait, although an obvious one. Yep. Ooh, okay, so yep, that's nice. And there is quite enough information there, so for me, we have Summer that will resurrect a something, Bear Island Scout, that will find something else, but from this one point on, Iron Throne should, I think, always call out the unexpected guy, or keep it there, don't give it any room to breathe. Monsieur Lysane, and she bear into Lysane now. Oh no, the she bear was played, so just straight out Lysane. One thing good for this is that Lysane will just do challenges until the end of time. Even if just the military one, there is I'm no one as well in the deck, so ugh. Why? Looks like I'm the only one thinking that the Robot Strong is not scary at all. That's also a possibility, but we'll see. They both drew pretty much the same amount of cards. So, good old Bone. Yeah, but now you get an intrigue challenge immediately thrown at you. But there is time to play the Guile for the Nightmare before the Flame. So that's one sad Haren hole right there. By the way, do you see each other's chat on the stream? I mean, I think it should be there. I hope it didn't break. Now the question is why the old Bourbon came out of Shadow, as he is not achieving much. I think Deception is much better here. Or if you want to do an intrigue challenge. Military, Lukas will not defend at any point. It's not the only Mew icon. I don't think he cares about the military. Looks like it's not the only military icon. Also, he wasted a economy that way. He lost one reduce. Because Bubon came out for 0, but he costing 1, and this could have come out for 2 instead of 3. For 1 instead of... yeah, you get my point. And as mentioned, he not much of a care in the world for the board. There is a safe, and if you want to push military, he can push military without a problem. The sad part is that he has to use both characters to swing for the military if he want to win the military, because now that Sir Robert Strong is blocked. The faction house is nailed, so no Harrenhal. At any point, Harrenhal needs a faction new. That's why I was saying last turn that the Old Bong coming back and forth out of Shadow is so important. Just because you'll be able to keep Harrenhal in check. Or unless the Old Bong gets sniped by Harrenhal first time. And Nightmares. Looks like there was a Nightmares. Yep, so... who said that? That there is probably a Nightmares in hand? So Wamo was on the point there. But now we see what's happened out discarded claim. Unfortunately, there is no possibility unless Lukas deal with Iron Throne to play them, so maybe not that bad with discard. But now that he sees it, that is discarded, do we still see him naming Washard Scouts, or with Mandan on the board we'll see word named now? We know one is discarded, but there are still more words in the deck. I wonder why he opted not to win the challenge. I mean, I was definitely winning this, trying to win this challenge. This will give me additional information. If there is one more Guile. Now Matt can opt not to play the Guile. What? There are two summers in the deck, so I wonder why Lukas decided to kill Summer here. And we see military with Lisane. For unopposed. Looks like Old Bone will bite the dust here. Ooh. I stand still, old bone will bite the dust here. I think bringing them out of shadows doesn't help the bottom player now. If you want to defend it, you're still using Cold Bone. If you left it unopposed, you're still using Cold Bone. Because you want to get rid of Arya or Alyssane. So maybe after the challenges? Looks like he just wanted to win the challenge, so not give any time for the unopposed to ramp up. But now he'll get a power challenge with Arya thrown at him. Ironhoe cannot be triggered now. And he made her win the challenge. Oh, that's one way to approach the situation. So again, oh, what? Help! Roto Biscuit, help! What was that? Did I miss something? Then why did... Uh, I'm confused. So almost every character in the deck in Lukas deck is 3 cost, all of them are highly with high priority. So why not just keep the Slayer and wipe them out? There is no safe there is cannot be safe calls here. So kill first, then kill this one next turn or something. If she is a one, I mean there are like bazillion things that could happen to her. That I do not agree with this play. I mean, get rid of old Billbone and just overwhelm him with all the other stuff you have. Also, I do not agree with the summer Q. Looks like he was under pressure. Or Matt. Only if you are first. Only if Stark is first, although he can decide that pretty easily. I mean, it doesn't matter if you have another one in hand, just kill the fucker, play Marshall the next one. There is only one old Bill Bone in the deck. Yep. I think that he should have me and you both support Saturus 94. I think that Harrenhal should have killed the Starfall Spy immediately. I mean, kill Arya first. I think Arya is just because that dupe is there. Cannot be Cute is there. Both of them are running Murgulis, so Alicent without a dupe is not much. I mean, that's as much as we know. He could. I give up. I won't be waiting. Let's see what the discard will be actually. There is Matis over reserve here. Hello, priestess. Yay! I'll be tempted to march here, by the way, if I was the Stark player. Both of those are high priority targets for me. Although you're losing probably Sane. Arya has a dupe, so just march one of them. How many Gauss are in the deck? I assume 3. No, 3, yeah, and a single pinch. And now we'll see him going first, I assume. Yeah. Yep. So looks like those will be something will happen to both of them. The military will go most of the cases unopposed. Because this will block Sir Robert Strong, what is probably the strongest icon, and then just go ham. Because Harrenhal, you want to trigger Harrenhal before the reaction of the coming out of shadows. We see again what's hard named. I would have named Ward here, by the way, not was hard count. With the few cards drawn, Sir Mandan is very wardable. Yep. I think this is also not the best choice, or maybe he was just have it on a copy paste. Yep. Nailed it. So good at this game. Or I suck at the game, depending who's played with me and knows me. Ooh. Nice. A lot of Murgurisable stuff here. Now, pretty beastly top deck if you ask me, Raps here. Those are both cards you wanna see. Unfortunately, we won't see any renown out of Sir Jason Macy, or Sir Jason Malister, for quite some time. But he will poke down that shadow area pretty much one by one. mean, I always think that it's a good option to name the restricted card of your opponent. Never a bad choice. And now he gets access to that sweet intrigue icon that his deck is running none of. Oh, looking at all this fun, I'm thinking of building my Dark Night's Watch Wolf deck again. With all the new shenanigans in them. It looks very fun to play in quotation marks. And Iron Throne. So what do we name with Iron Throne here? Yeah. Quite a tall order to think about what you don't want to see. I mean, definitely not Sir Robert Strong. You're just killing the bastard immediately when he comes out. So what else? Is there nightmares in? Sorry about that. Wrong deck. There is no nightmares, but there is possibility of Fate's Decree to stop the. Oh, looks like he still decided to go with the Robert Strong. He decided to because Fate's Decree there is a 7 card can block Harrenhal as well at almost no cost. Was it in the previous game that there was? No, it was in the previous game where it was the 7 pot. I still think that the best choice is naming the unexpected guile constantly. Shadow Priestess, you knew or Lysane. Or not. Bang. Finally. What? Why is the Lay Siege played now and not before? I mean, this kills the Iron Throne? It does know that this kills the Iron Throne, right? It's an action. You just kill it in marshalling. Uh, How does that matter? Oh, right. Then don't use it, wait for standing phase and kill it then. Yeah, so the guys are right, there is a point just before the dance, so the first part has to be used immediately. for it to take effect. I mean, I want something new every day. I've played with Lay Siege when the Harenhal was a thing. Actually, is this contested as well? This is contested as well. When the one in Harenhal was a thing in my meta. So. Now what do we do? 6 strength, nothing to snuff at. Abels-Vehns is biting the dust. Do you just bring out everything out of shadow? The reduction was used, so now everything is quite expensive. What is a shadow card that could reach 6 strength? Phase decrease, or this will name Macy. Mason, Jason, whatever. Research. It looks like Matt had the event in hand to block Harenhal regardless. So I wonder why he didn't play it in the first action window and just do all his shenanigans to stop the challenger's face as much as possible. It's a very weird sequencing here. But from our perspective, maybe a lot easier to read. Now it's time for intrigue with Mandon. Power challenge. Okay. Actually, he cannot. Yeah, the robot is blocked. So power. I don't think it's basically. Oh, and we see. Why are you? I do hope he can win this challenge on defense now. Okay, the power is not going. Yeah, right. For a second, I thought it will go on the faction card, but luckily not. Well, this turn played very weirdly to me. I mean, I would have definitely played it in a different fashion for both sides, I think. I mean, if Matt just straight out played the thing, yep, and as I was saying, block this bullshit constantly. Force it to be on the board. We saw last, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, where Sparrows won straight out won the matchup for Germany. I don't remember what were they facing, but yeah. Several Sparrow triggers into a cool game. And time to intrigue. Team Exception and Poison Coin. Not bad, not great. True. Did it? I think I fall asleep by that time, Raps. I don't remember. Ooh, he actually won Dominus. I mean, slow and steady, slow and steady. I wonder if I mean, I don't think that Matt can afford to leave the board like this actually now. I think he has to wipe it. We have one passing the gate discarded and one precious card. Karen Hall. Safe. I don't think this is a Karen Hall. And we see the Harris into Burbulis. So we'll see that Alicane on the board will be safe, Arya and Mandon. Yep. And then he'll die for Devour. Who is first? Looks like he'll go first. Now comes the interesting point. What do you block with the Iron Throne? Also, as we mentioned, Lay Siege wasted. Last turn in the standing phase, nuke that bullshit out of the game. Harrenhal. Solid choice, and now we see the second. Ooh. Plus Hard Scout joining the board. Oh, that works as well. Claim, Renown, double, Renown. Yep. Art in Shadow. At least, unfortunately, the Sparrow will make it so that he doesn't win. Unless the Throne names Sparrows. But you need a double Renown. I think definitely. So here the Throne should name Sparrows. Arya just doesn't go into the challenge and stays up for dominance or something along those lines. Robert doesn't have a power icon, as I mentioned earlier. Yep, and just do a challenge with Eder and leave Arya standing. Or even better, unfortunately, if this was I'm no one, the game was over because Arya will attack non-kneeling. Now this needs immediate respawn. Morgulis is out, Duheris is out, so now Eddard is not marchable because the march is out as well, so he'll be there for quite some time. And Mandan is dead, one of the ways to force someone to kill his stuff. I think Eder now can close the game, by the way. Definitely not this turn because he will be opposed. Is it? All right. Priestess is 1, Robert Strong is 2. Then he's losing to Dominance without a power icon again, Norcal. Because Priestess coming, kneeling Arya, opposing the power challenge. Robert Strong comes out, kills Arya, and then it's 1 gold to 2 gold. And he wins in Dominance. Unless Iron Bank. Ah, yeah, right. Yeah, but then you want to cure Eder definitely. The military. A very intricate turn. Oh, no flame. Ooh, Varys. What? Why? Why not kill him after he gets the renown? GG. Congrats to Germany. I have so many questions about this game. So many questions. Right. I would say a little bit antiquem, I think. Uh, I mean, we know this guy, how efficient it is. Why he's discard? Why was he discarded then, or not? I was expecting the schemic sector to be somewhere in shadows, just because of all the efficiency. He's coming for free, and most of the cases bringing you gold. So why is he not in shadows? That's my question. After he was, I mean, still Arya would have stealthed them, but yeah. Anyway, sweating like a World Cup champion. Yeah, congrats to Germany. Well played, guys. I don't think they dropped any. Actually, we can check that. I don't think they dropped a single matchup for all the. They won in round 1. Where is it? Won round 2. I don't think they dropped a single series. I should be somewhere on the top. 1 versus Poland. Beat Italy. Beat the States, and yeah. They didn't drop a single series, which is commendable in its own way. Thank you all for joining me for amazing months of adventure and watching games, learning a lot, at least I did. I would like to say sorry if I was too rude or offensive at some point, calling out plays. But yeah, thank you all for joining me for the last game, and see you next time. Bye bye.